Okay, so my name is Diya Menon again, and this is my BSMD college plan. Okay, so first of all, in the very first session, we kind of got to know each other, what kind of personalities we have, what we're interested in. It was just kind of like treading the waters. So in terms of my learning style, I learn best through visual and auditory. Specifically, I'm a high visual learner, so I really thrive well on diagrams and little images. And I also enjoy listening to because it helps me kind of grasp the information. So tagging up on that, looking at a diagram while also hearing about how the diagram works actually really helps me remember. For my MBTI, I am actually an ENFJ, which is categorized as a protagonist. Yay. So this means that for my study skills, I tend to focus on an overarching goal, which really motivates me to focus toward an endpoint and encourages my creativity. However, the one downside of this is that it can mean that I tend to not focus on the details as much, which is something I've learned to deal with and manage. And then for my strengths and deficits, for executive functioning skills, I am a hard worker when I'm motivated, and I can really easily adapt. But again, I need to improve my organization and that detail orientation, which is what I've been coming to this course for. Okay, so my ideal program, as many people stated, I really would like to do an accelerated BSMD program, maybe in Miami University or possibly UMKC. I'm not completely sure if this is the program I want to focus on, as I do actually have an option of attending a state school and knocking off 2 years, which would kind of be equivalent to a BSMD program in itself. The BSMD program, however, just allows me to not take the MCAT, which is, we don't like standardized testing. So that'd be good for me. Okay, so my academics, these are some of the relevant academics that I feel would help me in the BSMD and medical field. So my freshman year, I took biology honors, chemistry honors, and I took foundations of health science. And then this year, I'm taking AP calculus, AP biology, and AP seminar. I'm working towards the AP capstone diploma. I'm also taking health science 1 as part of my overarching MBSA diploma, medical bioscience academy diploma. Junior year, I'm planning on taking AP chemistry, AP research to complete that capstone diploma, and taking health science 2. And senior year, I'll take AP statistics and AP physics. Again, this is not a solid list, but this is generally what I'm looking forward to. Okay, so my plan for the essay standardized testing. So I've actually already taken the SAT. I got a 1580 on that. I've taken PSAT freshman and sophomore year. And unfortunately, I scored the exact same on both rounds, 1490, but I will be working towards that so I can score even higher in my junior year. And my ACT, I will be taking that my junior year because my school does have a program installed where all juniors are required to take the ACT. So I'm not really getting out of that. Okay, so for my resume, so there's 3 main components that I want to focus on my resume. First of all, the identifying information, which is my headshot and the relevant personal information. Coach Joe made a very relevant point about not including your entire home address, but just there's only the relevant details that matter in that specific job, which I feel is a very important thing to consider. And then academics, I'd like to elaborate on the extent of my academic achievements. Again, only the relevant stuff. We don't want to make it a word salad. And as my AP seminar teacher so often says, a shoe obfuscation, don't word salad. And then extracurriculars, I will actually tailor the extracurriculars included on my resume so that it can best fit the specific job I'm applying for. For example, if I'm trying to apply for a medical program, I'd put more medical-based activities. But if I'm focusing more on something like generalized volunteering, I'd like to broadly encompass all the volunteering I've done. And then my extracurricular activities. Are you ready? Okay, so my volunteering activities. So I've actually already shadowed one of my local doctors, and I actually got accepted into the UNC volunteering program in North Carolina, which is a program where students are selected and they can go volunteer at UNC hospital doing clinical, pharmaceutical tasks, etc. So I'm really excited about that. Actually, through Volunteer Match, which was, I believe, our 5th session, Coach Joe introduced us to Volunteer Match in kind of finding some volunteer opportunities that are tailored. So through that, I actually got associated with Liberty Hospice, which I do have an interview coming this Saturday, so wish me luck. Oh, sorry, this Sunday, so wish me luck. And additionally, outside of that, I do volunteer at Focus Ministries as a bagger and a floater, which I think helps helps exemplify my personalitability and my communication skills. And then my passion project, I'd like to elaborate on my research, which was on the PGD process by shadowing an embryologist or fertility specialist to add on to my research so I can further exemplify that. Additionally, I do already have an organization called Team Kits, which aims to foster neurodiversity inclusion within team settings and group settings. And fun fact, we actually did get to present in we did implement our program in a California school, and we've presented to the Houston IUD program in Texas. And then on the fun side, I'd like to do a badminton club with one of my best friends because a lot of us really love badminton, but unfortunately, our school doesn't really consider it a sport. So we're going to fix that. And then study skills I have acquired. So there's three main things that I focused on before, but I'd like to elaborate again. I tend to not have the best organization skills, which Coach Doe taught me how to kind of fix that. So one of the main things she mentioned was using planners and kind of dividing up your time, which really does help me get all of my work done. And I found that I have more free time to do even more, so thank you, Coach Joe. And additionally, time management, which kind of flows off of organization. I don't know necessarily if you mentioned this specifically, but one time management skill that I found was really helpful was alternating between tasks to avoid brain drain. Because sometimes when I'm working on my calculus homework, I just get really, really tired of it and I stop performing as well. So then at that point, I would switch over to another activity so I could build that up. And I'd still continue doing work, I'd still keep up that motivation because it's alternating. Because again, I do need a lot of things to focus. I want to be motivated when I'm doing something. And then again, another study skill is the method use. So Pomodoro's method and active recall, I found they really helped me. I haven't used Pomodoro's method in a specific way, but I do think that if I implement it in my study regimen, it will actually greatly improve my capacity to remember and learn. And then my honors and awards, I kind of went all out on this. So some of my leadership positions, I'm the founder of an organization called Kids Empower Community, otherwise abbreviated KEC. I'm also the co-founder of Team Kits, which I mentioned before as the Neurodiversity Inclusion Project, which I'm hoping to continue as my passion project. I'm a speech and debate chair within my school's speech and debate team, and I teach over 150 kids between two middle schools the basics of speech skills and public forum debate. And this is especially important because our school really does not have the resources, and these schools do not have the resources to hire well-trained debate coaches. So a lot of what we're doing is communities coming together and kids coming together to get something so we can amplify the next generation, which I feel is a very important thing to put forward. Additionally, I am the HOSA parliamentarian for this year. So I did assist in hosting RLC, Regional Leadership Conference, at our school. And so some diplomas and publications that I'm looking for, some other things I want to put are my Medical Bioscience Academy diploma, which I will get at the end of my 12th grade year, AP Capstone diploma, which I am working for my 11th grade year, Wake Tech Associates in Science diploma, which I'm working towards. I'm not completely sure if I want to I have the time to put in that much work to get the entire diploma, but I really do want to work towards it. Additionally, I'd like to earn the National AP Scholar Award, and I'd like to kind of elaborate my PGD research paper and publish it in a good research journal. And then some awards that I've earned. I got third place at HOSA SLC Prepared Speaking from the 2021 to 2022 school year. And I got third place at the Wearable Device Challenge hosted at North Carolina State University from 2021 to 2022, where we created a device that helps identify the conditions favorable to heat stroke and prevent the condition. And then this year, I got first place at HOSA SLC for pathophysiology and second place for Wearable Device Challenge at North Carolina State University again, where we devised a glove that sends out vibrations to alert blind people of where objects are, which can really help in daily tasks as compared to a cane, which is very wieldy and heavy. And then additionally, I am working towards my piano diploma. I don't know necessarily if I'll finish it by my 12th grade year, but at least I will have multiple certificates to prove am I excelling in this program? So thank you for listening. Any questions?